Hey everyone. Today I am going to be making two cards. So I've got two card bases ready here, and I'm going to use this lovely die set by Prism Studio, and it's called Essential Greenery. And it's got like 5 dies there. So I'm going to use this metallic cardstock from Recollections, and I'm just choosing a gold one. So with this gold cardstock here, I'm going to cut out all of the dies and see which ones I will use on these two cards. And these cut out beautifully. So I'm just gonna pop them off to the side there a little bit and grab the first card base. And I have some tumbled glass Distress Oxide ink that I'm going to use, but I'm just grabbing a scrap paper so that I can just kind of protect the rest of the card, because I'm just going to go direct to paper and just swink some of that blue ink onto that cardstock, and I'm just adding it. I just want a stripe kind of down the left side there. So I'm just going back and forth until I get it the amount I want on there, how dark I want it, and I think that's pretty good. And next I have this wonderful gold ink by Winsor & Newton. I love this ink for splatters. It's wonderful. So I'm just giving it a shake, and then I'm going to grab one of my little paint brushes and just dip it into that ink and just lightly splatter some gold, kind of focusing on the blue ink, but also allowing it to splatter off onto some of the white on either side as well. So I think that's pretty good. So I'll just put the lid on my ink and pop the card off to the side to allow that to dry. And then bring out the next card base. But I do grab a wipe here and just kind of dab some of that gold ink off of the paintbrush just so it doesn't harden on there. I will use it again and then give it a good clean afterwards. But for this card, I had on a different project used a Prism Studio circle die and used that circle on something else. So I'm just using the leftover piece here just to ink through the circle and having it kind of come off the card a little bit there, just lining it up where I think it'll look good. And then I was going to use the tumbled glass ink again, but then I decided last minute, you know what, let's switch that up, and I grabbed some VersaFine Clair Monarch ink. It's a nice purple. So I'm just grabbing my blending brush out of my Loki cup there. And then as I blend the ink in here, it doesn't have to be like a really even blend, because it will, like, part of it will be covered up. There'll be some gold splatters on there, but part of it's going to be covered up with those gold leaves. So I basically just want a nice amount of purple ink on here. I actually think this would look good even if it was just really light purple on there. Any color really, but I just thought the purple would go really nice with the gold splatters as well. So I just took a moment here to clean up my glass mat, and then I'm putting the circle part over there again because I want to mask off all the white of the card, because I don't want any gold splatters on the white this time. So I did realize that part of it's not covered, so I just grabbed some scrap paper here and just add some to the top and the side where there was still some white exposed. And then give my ink a shake again. And this one I'm splattering it a little more liberally. I just wanted a little bit more of that gold contrasting with that nice purple ink. So just adding a little bit more there. And I think that's good. So here we'll take those off and we can see what it looks like with just that purple partial circle and the gold ink. And I do need to let that dry. So here's what the two cards look like so far, but I just want to take a moment to talk about the Stress-Free Card Making Summit that's coming up October 17th to 19th. There are over 20 presenters that are going to be showing you how to make wonderful cards using 5 supplies or less. I am honored to be one of the presenters at this summit this year, and I will put the link for the free ticket in the description of this video. And here you can see an idea of some of the cards that you'll learn how to make during the 3-day event. And if you want more out of the summit, there's an optional Ultimate Card Making Bundle upgrade that you can purchase. But please check out the link for more details and come join me. It'll be fun. Anyways, back to these two cards. I'm just going to try to position some of the leaves. I can't put these ones right down on the purple yet because those larger gold ink splatters are still quite wet. So I'm just kind of deciding, playing around with which leaves do I want on which card. You can see I switched it up a little bit there. And once I get the idea of what I want on there, I bring out my Barely Art glue and I'm just going to glue these two leaves onto the blue. I think that gold looks really pretty against that light blue. It's kind of hard to tell in this lighting, but I will hold the cards up after and you can see that nice gold shimmer against that blue is really pretty. Now for sentiments, I have this Poppy Stamps stamp and die set. I actually don't end up using that one. I do have this Waffle Flower birthday stamp set and this Alex Syberia design self-care sentiments stamp and die set. So here's where I decided I didn't want to use the Poppy Stamp one. For the purple card, I'm going to use the Waffle Flower and make that one a birthday card. So I'll just set both of those aside and work on the blue card first. So for this card, I decided to go with the sentiment that says, "Little things mean a lot." And I love that these have like clear packaging on these stamps, so I can kind of position it over top and see where I want the sentiment to go and make sure it fits well. So I'm going to pull that stamp off and bring out one of my acrylic blocks to add it to. And then I'm just going to grab some white cardstock so that I can stamp the sentiment on there. And I wasn't sure if I wanted the sentiment in black or in gold, so I'm first going to stamp it with VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, which is what I normally stamp my sentiments in. Give that a quick wipe off, and then I will heat set it with clear embossing powder. And then I'm going to come in with my Wow embossing ink and my Wow gold embossing powder. Stamp that again. Give it a quick wipe. And then add that beautiful gold embossing powder. It's a super fine powder and it just embosses like a dream. And now that those are both done, I am grabbing the coordinating die, just making sure I had the right die. And then I'm just going to line that up, and I've got some washi tape, just get it a little less tacky. And I will line it up and I will go off screen and to my die cutting machine and I will cut both of those sentiments out. So here they both are. So I'm just going to bring the card in again and I lay on the gold sentiment. I think that looks quite nice. but I do want to try out the black one so that I can see which one I like better. And obviously a black sentiment really would work on it as well, but I personally liked the gold one better. So I'm just going to bring out my Barely Art glue again. I guess I was just making sure that's the one I liked. So here we go, the Barely Art glue. And glue that sentiment down. And that one's done, so I will bring out the purple card. Line up the gold leaves. I wasn't sure if I wanted just those two or if I wanted to add the little one in, but the little one just didn't work well. So I'll save that for another project. And glue these two down. And once that is all glued down well, I will bring out the sentiments. And I'm just going to use the sentiment that says a simple happy birthday on the front. But I think I do bring out my Misty. Yep, here comes the Misty, because I did not want to mess up this card after I've got it this far. So I'll just line that up. And this one I just wanted to stamp the sentiment in black. So I'm just lining the happy birthday in a nice script font there. And I will stamp that with the VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And if I remember correctly, I only had to stamp this once. Sometimes I have to stamp the sentiments more than once, but I think this was a single stamp here. Let's see. Yep, that worked well. So now I'm going to flip the card over, and this is an inside sentiments stamp set. So it's got a few different fonts of happy birthday, but then it's got other inside sentiments as well. So for the inside, I chose the one that says celebrating you today and every day. So once I have that all lined up, I'm going to again use my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. Make sure the card is tucked into that corner. And this one I did need to stamp a second time. I'm just going to apply a little bit more ink there. Make sure it's tucked in the corner again. And give it a good press. And I'm happy with that. So here are the two finished cards. You can see the shine more in the light there. And the sentiment says, little things mean a lot. And then this purple one, again, that purple and gold looks so pretty. So happy birthday, and inside, celebrating you today and every day. Anyways, thanks for watching, and please check out the link in the description and come join me.